Okay, so I'm making some curry pasta with no meat. So I added hella carrots. Carrots are my favorite part of this recipe. It's so yummy. So, don't do it. Don't do it. Thank you. So yeah, I'm gonna start sauteing these. Okay, this broccoli was actually in my fridge at the bottom, and it kind of got frozen. And I just didn't want it to go bad, and I didn't want it to keep freezing, so I'm adding it. But I've actually never added broccoli to this, but fuck it. So we're just gonna saute these bad boys until they get soft. And while they're doing that, I'm gonna multitask and kind of straighten up a little bit. So I went ahead and put my noodles in the pot, and I only used half the box because I don't need the whole box. So I normally use fresh little small potatoes, but I'm gonna try and use these diced potatoes this time in it. But when you use the little salad tomatoes, they jump. I'll let you know if I regret this or not when I can almost cut through the biggest carrot. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my coconut milk. This is the coconut cream that I got. So this is the coconut cream I'm using. Okay, looks really appetizing, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and mix that bad boy in there. Yum, yum, yum. So I really like to use a cup or like more than 1 cup, maybe a cup and a half or 2 cups, just because I like my stuff to be very saucy. But this still comes out to be a nice amount of sauce. And I'm only using 1 because I ain't got one. But say I can use you can use some heavy creamer just to add a little bit more sauce, or you can use milk if you don't have any more coconut milk. I have heavy creamer, but I have everything planned out for every meal. So if I use it for this and I open it, I'm gonna have to make the next thing with coconut with my creamer, and I don't want that next, so I'm not gonna open it. I don't know if that makes sense, but I totally got what I meant. So here we go. That's what we got so far. All right, what are the seasonings? I got some onion powder. I just do it till it covers it. Garlic powder. I'm gonna fuck around with, I'm gonna put some red chili peppers in there because I like hot shit, and I don't feel like cutting up any of my peppers that are hot. So this is my cheat code. I think it's all of our cheat codes, not just mine. This right here is my big thing of chili powder. That is a huge arm workout. I'll be back, but it's chili powder. Cayenne. Yeah, sorry, I actually wasn't paying attention to what I was just doing. But no, actually, no, I'm pretty happy with that. And then, damn, opening this with one hand is no bitch. Curry powder. Okay, so it's definitely hot. Definitely hot. So I don't like my bell peppers to be too slimy in this. So I put them in last. Last time I put them in first, but only because I wasn't paying attention. Because that's kind of a theme here. So I put these in last, and I put them in chunks because the slivers, like I like them very slivered when I first have it. But then, once it, I'm going to save it, and it gets weird and it gets really too soft. So I'm going to try it in chunks this time. But it really doesn't matter because bell pepper is bell pepper. So just do what you prefer. So something like that I like to keep in mind when I'm meal prepping a meal versus making a meal that I know damn well is not going to make it last past that night or maybe the next day, especially with veggies, is this shit is going to soften when it saves. So the first night, my stuff might be a little bit more on the crunchier side than I would prefer. But that's because I'm about to eat this shit for like 3-4 days. So by the time it gets to like day 3, it won't be like super duper ridiculously soggy where everything's mashed. It's like regular. So I like to do it like that. So, but you can like cook this longer, stew it longer. Simmer it longer. But I'm content and I'm happy with this because I know for a fact this shit will get softer and softer and softer throughout the week. So this is my curry. I'm gonna go ahead and say spicy curry sauce with all of my ingredients. Now I'm about to pour it in my pasta. All right, I'll mix this bad boy together. So this is overall the end result, but I feel like I am required to put it on a plate. So I'm gonna put it on a paper plate because I ain't making no dishes for you hoes. Barb. Actually, before I put it on a plate, let me show you something. You see how this is a very light sauce? You see that? Like, you see how light and thin that sauce is? Let me do it again. See how thin and light that sauce is? It's just like not thick at all. Okay, check that out. I get really flustered when I try to cook and record. I don't know why. But anyways, so I like this in particular sauce, like thin, but say you wanted to have a thicker sauce than that on there. Super easy fix, super easy thing. That's just a preference thing. That's not how I make it. But that's, if you want it like that, right? All you gotta do is make a roux. If you don't know how to make a roux, watch a YouTube video, but I'll tell you real quick. You get some butter and a little bit, maybe a tablespoon of flour, or depending on how thick you want it. So if you want it real thick, that depends on how much flour you use. You're gonna use some butter, some flour. I put this in the wrong thing. I'm gonna clean up before I plate this because once I get done, I'm going to my room and I'm eating and then I'm gonna sleep. You're gonna make a roux of butter and flour, and then you're gonna like saute it. Bro, listen, not saute it. You're gonna stir it, and you're gonna keep the heat on low, and you're gonna stir it, and you're gonna stir it until all of the butter and the flour, or you can do oil and flour, is mixed. And once it's all mixed, I don't know what that goes to, and I don't care anymore. Once it's mixed, then that's when you'll add your liquid. So in this instance, you will use coconut milk. And in the coconut milk, you will add a little bit of coconut milk, and then you will just keep adding. I will use 2 cans of coconut milk, but you can use 1, you know what I'm saying? And that's how you can make a thicker sauce that will taste the exact same thing. Exactly the same. It'll just be thicker for you if that's your preference. So I want to show you guys this pasta right here. If you're watching this for weight loss surgery meals, bet. But if you're just watching this because you love me, I love you too. But for weight loss people, this is a great pasta shell for us, because especially if you're like me and you're fat because you eat a lot and you just inhale. This is so much less to chew. These are called oreos. That's not right. But look, can you see that? This pasta shell, I suggest it. It's so small and it's so much easier to chew. Now I use Penne today, but that's because half of this box, so the one that I've been using, like, you know, little bits of it, and it's almost out, and it wasn't enough for how long I want to eat it for. So because my phone is almost about to die, I'm gonna just go ahead and hit this up real quick so I can make sure if I can get it done. So, ooh, it's steaming. Make sure I get hella carrots, bro, because that's my favorite fucking part. And a red bell pepper. Let me get some sauce. It's not a lot, because I didn't use 2 thingies. Yeah, there's no sauce to be gotten. I'm gonna get some more carrots though. So, check this out. This is the pasta. Super fucking good. Now check this out, bitch. Thank me later. Put this shit on there. Oh, I actually don't want you guys to see how much cheese I use. Bye. Now, the idea of eating food on camera is weird, but fuck it. 1 noodle, 1 carrot, ooh, and some cheese. Oh yeah. Now, that's how long you should chew. Baby, please don't make yourself sick from not chewing enough. And I only say that because I do it all the time. And I have to work. I forgot this pan. I have to work really, really hard to not eat. Like when I'm hungry, like I ate all day, I have to make sure that I'm watching myself and I'm chewing, because I will fuck around and make myself so sick. So incredibly sick. I also think that this meal is vegan. Now, if you don't have weight loss surgery and you just want to try this recipe out, listen, get you a nice tall glass of water, wine, whatever. If you're watching this and you did have weight loss surgery, bitch, don't drink nothing. Do not drink and eat at the same time. Do you hear me when I say? Don't play with yourself. All right, I hope y'all like it. And I'm so glad that I finally finished the fucking recipe video, because I've done 4, but I always forget by the end. Peace.